think I found the toilet. Wonder where that goes. I do not want to know. When I look to go somewhere around Tokyo, usually I get a good idea of what the place would be like judging from what was on the internet. However, this time I found myself in awe in two complete different worlds. A trip back in time, and a trip to somewhere crazy. This time I headed south of Tokyo, to the area of Kawasaki. But when I returned and told people of my recent trip, in a case of complete coincidence, they all assumed that I actually went to the Penis Festival, which also is in Kawasaki and was also around the same time when I went. So, why did I venture all the way out to Kawasaki? Simple. I was in search of a particular arcade machine. One that I'd been training vigorously for before I came to Japan. That arcade machine would be none other than Sega's 1986 driving game, Outrun. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm an avid SEGA fan, and ever since I came to Japan, I've been scoping out every arcade in the hope of finding this machine. You see, Outrun is in a special car-shaped cabinet, so I thought it wouldn't be too hard to find. After not being able to find it, I searched the internet and learnt of an arcade down in Kawasaki that was said to have one machine. I researched what else there was to do in Kawasaki and decided to make a day trip there. Of course, the first thing I did was locate this arcade. This arcade truly stood out. Amongst normal buildings, you just had this one giant building that looked completely rusted from old age. The name of this arcade is Anata no Warehouse, or in English, Your Warehouse, which does sound a little bit dodgy given the appearance of the building. And it's definitely up there on the list of unfortunately named places in Tokyo, along with Tokyo Dome's restaurant, The Dive. Simply put, Your Warehouse is absolutely nuts. You enter through a rusted door that blows steam on you, only to find yourself leave Earth and enter some sort of cyberpunk dystopia. While the building's main purpose is to be a regular arcade and provide things like games, claw machines, table tennis, and so on, you really can't ignore the crazy aesthetic of the place. I became enthralled in this world. The vibe was something completely foreign to me. Even the toilets were decked out in this rundown theme. Say you want to leave the place and go to your car in the car park? Sorry, you're gonna have to cross the stepping stone bridge first. Try not to fall in the water. The theme of the building really did take me by surprise with just how crazy it was, but I was here for another reason. Much to my anticipation, there it was, a working Outrun machine. With my 100 yens ready in hand, this was it, the real deal. Time to top the high score. So how does a game of Outrun work? It's pretty simple actually. Basically, under a time limit, you drive a Ferrari with your pixelated girlfriend through different areas, each referred to as a stage. At the end of each stage, you'll hit a fork in the road, and you have to choose which way to go, with left usually being easier and right being harder. Every time you pass a stage, your time will be extended. If you beat the clock and reach the end of stage 5, you win. Because of the forks in the road, there are 5 multiple different endings to get. So, had all my practice actually paid off? I think it's safe to say yes, considering I completely topped the leaderboards. I think I got way too addicted to Outrun because I ended up actually being late to my next location. But first I had a quick stopover at Family Mart to grab some snacks and clear my head of the insanity that I'd just witnessed in that building. As previously mentioned, my next location would take me to another world, this time being a lot more traditional. I hopped on a train and arrived at Noborito Station, which to an uneducated foreigner would probably sound something like this. No burrito. Just up the road from the station is Nihon Minkaen, known as Japan Open Air Folk House Museum in English. The museum had a very nice cherry blossom tree out front, which through the magic of editing looks quite nice and pleasant with an added soundtrack. Especially when the reality was more like this. I'm at Nihon Minkaen. They've actually gotten buildings from all around Japan, really old buildings, and have moved them to this location. It's just fascinating to be in a place like this, and I guess you could call it a bit of luck, but I happened to come here in the last hour. They're about to close at 5 PM, but because of that, I'm literally the only person around. So it's like I've got an old Japanese house all to myself. Well said on location, me. Nihon Minkaen gathers old buildings from all over Japan and constructs this mini little village, making you truly feel like you've stepped back in time. Well, That is, except for the jarring construction, thus ruining all possible immersion. You can enter all of the buildings and each of them has their own history behind them. Some of them are just regular residents' homes and others are things like shops. Even the vending machines are getting in on the immersion. For only 500 yen, Nihon Minkaen is definitely worth the visit. Just try and arrive there a little bit earlier than I did. I do intend to go back someday to give it a proper in-depth look. An absolutely crazy day, but an absolutely eventful one as well. Kawasaki is a great place to visit just outside of Tokyo. Also, quickly looking back at your warehouse, they actually had the original Street Fighter, which had quite possibly the stupidest idea ever. Punch pads. A guaranteed way to get an instantly sore fist.